you saw fit.
Yes, Lord.
God, I thank you for blessing me throughout this week the way you have, day in and day out.
Yes.
I've had some ups and downs in this week alone, but yet, God, you've been with me. So, Lord God, you gave me this message, and I know it was from you.
Yes.
So, Lord God, I ask that you allow me to be the vessel, and you speak as a instrument. Lord God, I thank you and I give you glory in the name of Jesus. It's your name, God.
Yes, Lord.
I'll be coming from Mark 6, verses 30 through 44. Kind of long. It's kind of long.
It's okay.
It is a long one. All right. And the apostles gathered themselves together unto Jesus and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught. And he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place. Somebody say desert.
Desert.
Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. And they departed into a desert place. Somebody say desert.
Desert.
And they departed into a desert place by ship privately. And the people saw them departing, and many knew him, and ran afoot thither out of all cities, and outwent them, and came together unto him. And Jesus, when he came out, saw much people, and was moved with compassion toward them, because they were as sheep not having a shepherd. And he began to teach them many things. And when the day was now far spent, his disciples came unto him and said, this is a desert place. Somebody say desert.
Desert.
And now the time is far past. Send them send them away, that they may go into the country round about, into the villages, and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat. He answered and said unto them, give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, shall we go and buy 200 penny worth of bread and give them to eat? He said unto them, how many loaves have ye? Go and see. And when they knew, they say 5 and 2 fishes. And he commanded them to make all sit down by companies upon the green grass. And they sat down in ranks by hundreds and by fifties. And when they had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, he looked up to heaven and blessed, and brake the loaves, and gave them to his disciples, who set before them, and the 2 fishes divided he among them all. And they did all eat and were filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments and of the fishes. And they that did eat of the loaves were about 5,000 men. Now, we all know the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. I call myself finding something meaningful but easy to talk about. And didn't work out that way. There were a few surprises hidden in their text. So let me explain. See, here's where the apostles were just coming back off tour, so to speak. You know, they were, doing their thing, ministering, blessing, doing miracles as God had blessed them to do. And they had just came back. If you know of the text, this is just after John the Baptist had been arrested, thrown in prison, and then beheaded. The apostles had been ministering all about it, had not come back to let Jesus know about everything that had happened. When you go somewhere to do what you're supposed to do, you tend to come back and tell what you did, who you saw, where you were, what happened, and all that. Okay. Well, after hearing all of that, I can imagine Jesus could see the exhaustion on them, and was probably a little exhausted from listening to all this stuff. I'm just saying. So he tells them, let's go to a desert place and chill out. Basically, that's what he said. Let's go to a desert place. Somebody, please say desert.
Desert.
Because it's people coming and going, and we won't get any peace. So they slipped out and hopped on a boat. Now you know, with all these needy nosy people, the fellas won't just gonna slip out and nobody knew. That just ain't gonna happen. I don't care who you are, where you at, who you from. You can be big time, you can be little, don't matter. Somebody, you got the nosy neighbor across the street. You know, you got a little kid looking out the window. You know, deciding those little boy asking you a bunch of questions. That just happened. Okay. So, well, somebody saw him and hollered, "Yo, Jesus and the boys about to roll out." Okay. So, word got around and they followed them. First surprise, they followed them on foot. I said that Jesus and the apostles were getting in a boat. Which means these dudes, 5,000 of them, were going around land. First of all, I don't think it was 5,000. I think it was way more than 5,000. But what happens is, just like we do when we're going on something, some mission, some ministry, and it takes too long, we give up. Not just ministry, but job hunting. I'm telling on myself again. Job hunting, you get tired, frustrated, you get stale. You're trying to find somewhere, you're going somewhere, you can't find it, you give up, you go back home. I believe that is me. That's not the word, but that's just my imagination saying it was more than 5,000. Some of them got halfway there, turned around and went home. Some of them, not knowing where they was going, probably was almost right there. They just need to get over that bridge. And they'd have been there. But they didn't know how far they was going, so what they do, they turn around and went back home. So it was 5,000 that got there. That's what I think. Just a guess. My imagination. Now all these people followed the long way around, headed to the desert on foot to chill with Jesus. Right. Okay, so John 6 tells us that Jesus and the fellows went up into the mountain and rested and feasted, because it was, by this time it was Passover. So, you know, it was around Passover time. So by this time, by the time they got over there in the boat, they was able to go to, I said desert. But don't be alarmed. That's not a surprise, because a lot of deserts have mountains bordered with them. Okay. So they went up in the mountain somewhere. Right. Okay, so during this time, Jesus looks up and sees all these people rolling up on him. Okay. About 5,000 men. The word says 5,000 men. Mark 44. Matthew, that's why I like the Gospels, because it's like I got Francine and Lady and two. Oh, y'all here. Y'all listen to me. But when y'all go somewhere else, y'all gonna tell the same story, but you're gonna tell it your way. It's the same thing with the four Gospels. It's the same story, just they told it their way. Okay, so Mark 6, verse 44. Matthew 14, verse 21. Luke 9, verse 14. And John 6, verse 10. All lets us know that it was 5,000 men.
That's right.
That does not include women and children. It's 5,000 men. Men ain't going to leave their family. So when they left home, they took their family.
That's right.
So with 5,000 men, each man got a wife. That's 10,000 folk. And let's just say each husband and wife got their 2.5 kids. Y'all get what I'm going?
Yeah.
It was a whole lot. And that doesn't include possibly some of the widows, women that came along by themselves, or they came with their children because their husband is gone, but they need Jesus. So they're going to come. Right? Okay. So my point is this. It doesn't matter the amount, whether it was 10,000 men and women, plus their kids. God has a limit to what he can do. What he supplies, when he supplies it, how he supplies it. If we go to him with our needs, wants, and desires, then he will supply. He did say he would give you the desires of your heart, didn't he? Okay. Moving on. I just want to make sure I'm clear. I need y'all help. I need y'all help. Here his apostles complained. You know, after Jesus had ministered all day, they started complaining among themselves. They're like, okay, these folks gotta go. They interrupting us, they got to go. So they roll up on Jesus, they like, Jesus, why don't you send them away to the countryside, bordering the desert, into the neighboring towns and villages? You know, they look at them. They tired, they hungry. Go ahead, tell them, y'all go ahead. So they go get a place to sleep, something to eat. Yeah, now, Jesus already touched, because this 5,000 plus came all this way to see him. They followed him all this way. His heart is like full. So he turned to the boys and he's like, for what? They ain't gotta go. They can stay right here with me. I tell y'all what, y'all feed them. That's what he said. Now the fellas are like, all right, so you want us to go buy enough bread for all these people? For real? Seriously? That's what you want me to do, for real? Come on, Jesus, stop playing. I can imagine, imagination again, it's how I was able to understand. I can imagine, Jesus looked at him, shook his head and said, how much food left? See this look on my face? That's probably exactly what he did. Like, we'll discuss, how much food is left? I mean, for real? Okay. They go look, they come back, okay, it ain't but 5 loaves, 2 little fish. Little ones, you know the perch, ain't but that big with all the bones in it. Ain't no fish, we ain't got no food. He look at him again, shake his head. The next surprise. He tells them all to sit them down in companies of about 50 to 100 on the green grass. I got a question. I got a question. Somebody please tell me why there is grass in the desert. Why is there grass in the desert? I think desert, and I know desert doesn't necessarily mean that there is just sand and sun. It could very well be mountains with no vegetation. Anything that's arid where nothing can grow. Only thing that can survive out there is a cactus or 2. That's it. Because it'll hold its own water for the few rainy seasons that it may come about. Why is there grass? Sit down in the green grass in the desert. Understand this. Sometimes God may take us to a place where everyone outside looking in, they're thinking it's a bad place, a horrible place. People will say they are really going through it. Tu's been going through it, y'all. She's been having a hard time, and I know she is. She's been dealing with some stuff, and she just, Lord, but the point is this. Those people looking in, they don't know where your green grass is.
That's right.
They don't know about your secret place.
That's right.
They don't know how he keeps you safe in the middle of the hood.
That's right.
They don't know how he keeps your belly full when you ain't got a dime to your name.
That's right.
They don't know how he keeps you healthy when everybody around you is sick as a dog. They don't know how your bills stay paid when you ain't even got a job. They don't understand how someone can up and decide to give you a car just because they know you need it. They don't understand how that there are people in your life that refuses to let you go hungry. They sit there and say, if that was me, I would have lost my mind. I would go slam crazy. Were they right? Because without Jesus, their mind ain't right.
That's right. That's right.
Simple as that. When you are at your lowest, that's when God is at his biggest.
Yes.
He's an awesome
Yes.
God.
That's right.
And I don't know about you, but I thank him for being awesome to me. Done. I hope y'all got something out of that. I love you. And I thank you for this opportunity. God bless. I'm sorry. Don't stop that. One of my friends asked me to do this. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice just to worship you, oh my soul. Rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. Let it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. I love you, Lord, I really do. And I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul. Rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. Just let it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. We say, welcome into this place. Lord, you are welcome into these broken vessels. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands, we adore you, Lord, as we lift our hearts, as we offer up praise unto your name. Just reign, Jesus, reign. Lord, reign, Jesus, reign. The King of Zion and your Judas, your Judas lion. So reign. That means be Lord of everything, Lord, today reign. We say yes, we say yes, we say yes, we say yes. So reign.